Thank you all for joining this meeting. As you know, the sales department's travel budget for last year was $2 million. In light of the company cost-saving measures, I'd like to I'd like us to discuss whether we can reduce this expense. There are opportunities to use technology like video conferencing and email for routine customer interactions. It could save us a significant amount without sacrificing too much in terms of service.
I understand the need to cut costs, but we have to remember that our business relies heavily on building and maintaining relationships. Face-to-face meetings are essential, especially when introducing new products or trying to bring in new clients. Video conferencing is fine for follow-up, but it doesn't have the same impact as being physically present in front of potential customers.
I agree that face-to-face meetings are important, but not every not every visit is critical. For routine check-in or exciting customer who already know our products, I think video conferencing could be just as effective. I've seen cases where sales personnel spend a lot of time and money on visit that don't necessarily lead to higher sales. If we could better target the in-person visit, we could still save costs without compromising too much on engagement.
From my experience in the field, many of our clients, especially doctor and hospital managers, are extremely busy. They often don't have time for virtual meeting or emails. If I don't visiting them personally, I risk them not even reviewing our material. Being physically, they force them to engage with us and our product. Video conferencing might work in the theory, but in practice, I don't think it will have the same impact.
I see your point, but we need to balance that with the reality of our budget. Couldn't we identify certain types of meetings or clients that video conferencing could be effective? We're not talking about cutting all travel, just reducing it where possible.
I think part of the challenge is that video conferencing works well for follow-up, but for relationship building, it falls short. You can't capture the nuisance of body language or build the same report over a screen. And with new clients, the first impression is everything. If we start by being virtual, they might not take us as seriously.
But can we honestly say that every single trip made last year was necessary? I think we should look at the data. If we can identify which visit lead to increased sales and which didn't, we could be more strategic. Video conferencing could be a solution for maintaining routine relationships while saving travel for high-stake meetings.
I'm open to that idea, but the reality is, the more in-person contact we have, the better our relationship with client become. Hospital trust us because we show up. If we start rely too much on digital communication, they may feel we're less interest in them. In the healthcare industry, relationship and trust are everything.
Okay, let's think about the numbers. If we reduce even a portion of the travel, say 20%, we could save $400,000. That's significant. What if we focus on hybrid solutions? Maybe we start using video conferencing for routine follow-ups, but keep in-person meetings for new clients and major product updates.
That could be a reasonable compromise, but it would need to be clearly defined. Sales teams would need guidelines on when to opt for virtual meetings versus an in-person one. And we have to ensure our clients feel valued, regardless on the medium.
Yes, I think the key here is segmentation. We could categorize client and visit based on their potential to generate sales. High priority clients and potential leads should still receive in-person visits, but for others, we could adopt a digital first approach. We might invest in training our sales team on how to maximize the impact of video conferencing.
That sounds like a solid approach, but we need to be cautious. If we go too far down the digital road, we wait lose touch with what's happening on the ground. I think as long as we keep the personal touch for the most important client and product, we should be okay.
Exactly. I'm not suggesting we eliminate travel entirely, but rather that we optimize it. And if we do manage to cut the budget, we can reinvest that savings into other areas of growth, such as R&D or product development.
As long as we are clear on where we can and cannot compromise, I think we can make this work. We will need to be careful about setting the right expectation for the sales team and making sure they know how to prioritize their travel.
Yes, I agree. We should also monitor this approach carefully. After 6 months, we could review the impact, both in terms of cost savings and sales performance, and adjust as needed.
Alright, I'm willing to give it a try. We'll just need to ensure that we'll still giving our client the personal attention they expect, even if some of that is through a screen.
Great. So it sounds like we're moving towards a hybrid approach. We'll use video conferencing for routine check-ins and save face-to-face meetings for high-stakes situations. I'll work with the team to draft some guidelines for this new strategy and we can review it on our next quarterly meeting.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's make sure the guidelines are flexible enough to adapt to different client needs too.
Agree. I'll also make sure our marketing materials are aligned with this new approach so clients know they are still a priority even we are not visiting in person.
As long as we don't lose sight of the relationship we'll build, I'm on board.
Great. So, to summarize our discussions, we all agree on moving towards a hybrid approach. We will utilize video conferencing for routine check-ins while preserving face-to-face meetings for critical situations such as new client relationships and major product updates. This way, we aim to reduce our travel costs by a reasonable amount without sacrificing the quality of our client relationships.
Yes, and we will make sure to create clear guidelines for the sales team on when to choose virtual meetings versus in-person visits. That will help maintain the right balance and ensure our clients continue to feel valued.
Exactly. We'll also review the impact after 6 months to see if this approach is effective in both cost saving and sales performance. I will make sure our messaging reflects this shift so clients understand that even if we are meeting virtually, they are still our priority.
I agree. As long as we careful not to lose the personal touch with our most important client, we'll need to ensure the transition is smooth, especially for those who expect in-person visit.
Okay, it's perfect. I'll coordinate with everyone to draft the new strategy and distribute it to the teams. Thank you all for your input today. I believe we found a solution that meets both our financial goals and the needs of our clients.
Thank you, everyone. Let's make sure we communicate this effectively to the team and keep an open line for feedback as we implement it.
I agree. Thanks, everyone.
Looking forward to seeing how this play out. Thanks for the thoughtful discussion.
Alright, with that, let's wrap up. We'll reconvene in a few months to assess the outcomes. Thanks again, everyone.